Gold Digger, before we dive in, I want to let you know about something I'm teaching live coming up that you do not want to miss. 10x your productivity workshop. We're going to do a 4-hour intensive. Now, don't worry, everything will be recorded, so go ahead and click the button to register. But if you're somebody who just feels overwhelmed, out of control, you have no method to your madness, or you're working hard, but you're not seeing the results because you're just not spending time on the right things, I'm going to teach you how I've become the most productive person I know. I juggle multiple businesses. I have two small children and a lot of sports. I get 8 hours of sleep. I go to yoga. I walk every day. I do all the things. I hang out with my husband on date nights, and we go to church. So if that seems too good to be true, click the button, grab your spot. I'm going to teach you how to 10x your productivity. Welcome back to another episode of the Gold Digger Girl podcast. And right now we're actually working through a series, Leveling Up Your Brand Like a Boss. So if you missed the other episodes, go back and watch them because they're really going to help you understand the content what we're going to talk about today. And every episode builds upon the one prior. We also have a solid resource for you that's going to really help you work through this content. So if you want to grab that ebook, send us a DM on Instagram. You can find me at the Gold Digger Girl on Instagram. Send us a DM that just says brand and we'll get that to you. While I have you, I also want to invite you to an upcoming workshop we're doing, 10x your productivity. So if you want to figure out how does Kimberly get it all done? People ask me every day, how do you do it all? And I do it because I understand time blocking, time management, priorities, efficiency, and I do have ADD. So I understand the struggles of not being able to focus, and I'm going to teach you how I've overcome that. But most importantly, how I'm able to wear mom hat, wife hat, friend hat, business hat, self-care hat, and all the hats. Okay, so let's get you there. The link will be below. September 27th, we'll have a complimentary workshop intensive we're going to be doing that day. It's going to be awesome. So today, we're really going to talk about attracting your ideal avatar through your content. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to get very, very clear on what their pain points are. You've all heard this before. This isn't new information, but taking the time, and by the way, if you are in network marketing, direct sales, or even doing affiliate, this is a good time to ask yourself, would you like to lead with the product or the business? Okay. When I do social media audits, I often am constantly seeing people hiding behind their products. And what I mean by that is it's very difficult to make great money selling products in network marketing, direct sales. I have seen very few people do 6 figures just from that. It is possible, but that's usually the top, people in a company. So if you are hiding behind your products or you haven't felt confident with the business side, there's more to that. Obviously, we've got to work on the mindset piece and make sure you have an onboarding in the back end and things like that. But in general, if you aren't talking about the business, you're not going to get enrollments, okay? So if you're like, no, I really want to focus on enrolling people, then I want you to focus on those people's pain points as we go through this. If you're focusing on product, so let's say you're in the health and wellness space and you want to help those in the health field break free from their 9-to-5. So you want to help nurses, maybe chiropractors, supplement and have a side hustle, then you could absolutely still be focusing on health and wellness, but you're helping that health and wellness professional. It's still the business side, okay? So get clarity on that first. Do you want to focus on your products, your business opportunity? If you are in the coaching consulting space like I am, you have to figure out what's your main offer that you're going to be promoting, okay? And I've definitely fallen in this trap because I am a creator. We literally have probably 12 different offers right now in the back end that you don't even know about. So when I'm doing my social media content, I've definitely fallen into that trap of, all the things. And so we don't want to do that. We want to have our one main thing that we want to offer. And then we pull people to us through that main content, that clarity. And then on the back end, you can funnel people every which way. Okay. Also, for those of you that are building personal brands and you are in network marketing, the beautiful thing about a personal brand is that you can attract people to you through your brand. And on the back end, you can absolutely funnel them into your network marketing company if that makes sense, or into your coaching program or whatever it is that you do. Okay. It's a really beautiful way to attract people to you that you wouldn't have otherwise. Okay. As you can see, as we keep talking about, the landscape has changed. So instead of sitting here going, oh no, what has happened? It's all falling apart. Got to pivot. You absolutely have to pivot with the times. This entrepreneurship is not static. It is not constant. And it absolutely requires the ability to pivot and adjust and try different things until you can recalibrate. Okay. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Maybe you just need to work on your personal brand and up level like we're working on together. And that way you can attract the right people. So with that being said, you can see a spot in the workbook to do this. I want you to really think about what are the pain points and the struggles of your ideal avatar. And then what we're going to do is we're going to address those pain points and struggles in your content. And then we're going to offer a solution. Now, when we offer the solution, we're going to tell them what to do, but we're not going to tell them the how or the specifics. So the reason why is because if you tell them the how and the specifics, then there's not any incentive for them to actually pay you to be in your programs or maybe join your team, right? I mean, obviously with the team, it's a little bit different, but you've got to tell them, what it is, and then tell them, next steps, give them a call to action on how they can work with you, do business with you, join your team, whatever that looks like. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to come up with a list of the pain points. I have a spot in here for 5 core pain points. 3 to start is great. If you have more than 5, that's awesome. But what are those pain points? So I want real pain points, not, what have I seen that I'm just like, not really. I'm trying to think of an example of a weak pain point. It's got to be something enough to move people into action. Okay. So if you think about, we talked about the whitening toothpaste in the last episode. So if you put down wants whiter teeth, that's not like really a strong pain point. But as somebody who is on camera a lot, I do speaking events, I'm in person with people, and somebody who wants to have good, my teeth look nice, a pain point would be they want to feel confident when they smile. They want to feel comfortable in their skin. They want to be able to, just really have, build up their self-image and self-esteem and just feel like $1,000,000. Okay. You see the difference there versus they want whiter teeth. Okay. So it's gotta have a little oomph to it in depth. Then what you're going to do is you're actually going to take that content. And then in the next episode, we're going to get into personal branding or your personal branding buckets. We're actually going to take the pain points and we're going to put them into your personal branding buckets. Now with the branding buckets, you're going to see we have 5 different branding buckets we're going to work through. This is just going to make its way into one. You don't want every single post to be about the pain that they have and that they can work with you. I mean, people who that's all they do in posts, it's a little much, right? But we want engaging posts. We want them to see you, all the things, which we'll get into with the personal branding buckets. But what we're going to do is we're going to move away from #blessed, right? You know what I'm talking about. The post where you're like, oh my gosh, I just went to Mexico with my husband and I'm just so grateful. And you're like, cool, right? Like you want the person to see themselves in your story. So instead you can say, oh my gosh, just as we board the plane to head back home, I'm just reflecting on, where my life was 3 years ago. And the thought of traveling to another country with my husband, having somebody watch our kids and being able to pay cash for the trip. And I created the revenue and income for that was just a dream that I had. And to think that I did it, and finally learned how to get my side hustle working for me means the world to me. If you're reading this and you are thinking, well, I want to do that, shoot me a DM and we can chat. You see the difference there? The person reading it's like, I want that, right? So we've got to get away from #blessed. We've got to be thinking about their pain points, their struggles, the things that keep them up at night, right? Tying it into their hopes and their dreams, all the stuff that we talked about before, okay? So you can go ahead and fill that out, the pain points on there in the workbook. There's a spot for pain points and a spot for the solution. What is the solution? How can you help them achieve that outcome? And that is absolutely going to be a game changer for not only your content, your confidence on social, but you attracting your ideal avatar to you, okay? So as we wrap this up, just remember, send us the word brand on Instagram and we'll get you the resources for these episodes. And then also we have a live workshop coming up, or depending on when you're watching this, you can connect with my team on the details. But September 27th, we have a 10x your productivity workshop. It'll be a 1-day intensive that is guaranteed to blow your mind. So if this was helpful, subscribe and don't miss any of the episodes. Take a screenshot of you watching this, throw it in your stories and tag me at the Goal Digger Girl. We want other people to hear this information and help them out with their own businesses. So I really appreciate that. I'll give you a shout out for doing that. And as always, thank you so much for listening or watching. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.